Hello. Hi, everyone. I hope everyone's had a nice few days. I had a break on Tuesday, just, a few things going on that I felt would distract me, but everything's good. Everything's good. And, I'm going well. And, so I had a little bit of a rest and relax and just total veg out. So I'm up and running and ready to go. Watch some news stories. Wow. January 6th committee. They've asked for information from McCarthy. Hi, Melinda. Hi, Apple. Hi, Uncover the News, Kristen. How are you? So they've asked for info from McCarthy. Will they subpoena him and the others? They've been requesting nicely. They don't cooperate. Now, one of the big stories is all those forged electoral letters that have popped up over the last week or two from 5 different states. Somebody I read on the other day asked me, look, are those people who sign those letters, are they going to be charged? Are there going to be any consequences? Now, one state had a caveat: should Biden's election be approved, blah, 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 then we are the electors. So that's not quite a forge. That is a caveat. So, but 4 states are just flat out forgery. So stating something that they won't. Whereas one state, they were smart and they said, look, this is should Biden's votes be counted as fraudulent and there be a change in electors, we are the electors. We are the chosen electors. I don't think they'll get in trouble for that because they put that caveat in. But the others, it's just flat out saying that there was something they weren't. Hi, Grandmere dear. So will these people who sign these letters, will they be charged? I can't remember which state, but I think it might have been Georgia who put the caveat in, but Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona, and one other, can't remember. Hi, Linda B. Greece announces that it will begin fining unvaccinated people $113 a month. Austria, $4,000 a month. Quebec announces that it may begin slapping them with a fine as well. So we'll be looking at that. One of the stories I was watching said proposing the 14th Amendment we brought in with regard to Trump. And if they do that, will they use that to bar him from running an office? So I thought I'd have a look at that. And I hope everyone's okay. And hi to the lurkers. I know there are some lurkers there. Thank you for joining me. And for everyone who later on decides to click on one of my videos and watch it, I thank you. Thank you for doing so. Give us a thumbs up. Can I read on Trump's rally on Saturday? It's the one that's coming up, is it? Yes. So Trump's rally for Saturday. I can read on that. Yeah, it's for the 15th. I'm getting fizz up, but we'll see. So I've written that down. The other thing I want to look at is Matt Gaetz, his ex-girlfriend, is testifying in front of the grand jury. So that's going to be interesting. Is he going to be indicted soon? She's an important witness because she's a creditable witness. Putin is not getting any support from the G7, EU or NATO. He's putting troops back up on the border with Ukraine and all that. So I'll have a read on that situation. That situation. Will Don Jr. and Kimberly Gargoyle, she's one of the few I actually use the nickname for, I just can't help it, or Kimberly Guilfoyle, will they be subpoenaed by 1/6? Senator Rounds came out and told the truth, and Trump's, will more of them come out? Will more speak out? I think he was in an interview with Brian Kilmeade, and Brian Kilmeade actually admitted it too, but I'm not really going to speak up that. But will more speak out? The WHO have estimated that Omicron will affect 50% of Europe in the next 6 to 8 weeks. And that's just not Western Europe, but into Eastern Europe as well. Go into Eastern Europe, which is very low vaccination rate. North Korea has fired a second missile. One day after the UN Secretary General condemns the first one. South Korea believe that this is a much more advanced and speedier missile. Yeah, 7 states now. Okay. Will anyone go to jail for ignoring a subpoena? Good question. So far, Jordan and all those, McCarthy, haven't been subpoenaed. They've just been requested. Subpoena. Is Sean Hannity popped up yet? Because I've got, where is Hannity? And will they subpoena him? Will 1/6 subpoena him? Now, on our home front, WA has locked borders with all the states now because all the states are up in the dangerous territory until January 5th, which is when February 5th, when we'll be opening up. Hi, Ewart. Oh, will Matt Gaetz be removed from his oversight committee? Matt Gaetz. Because of conflict of interest, of course. Probably won't be. Hi, what? So I've got a big list of things here to look at. I'll try and get through as many as possible. The Serbian PM has said about Novak Djokovic. He lied. There's rules, and he's not above the laws of the country he's visiting. So he's not going to get any support from the government there, from the Serbian government. Hubby is saying he foresees a recession in Australia, just based on his past experience. Recession in Australia, COVID-induced. Let's have a look at if hubby's right. Okay, this is a Australia. This is a hubby prediction, and he's fine. Borrowers are dumping the banks as rival lenders slash rates. Oh my God. New South Wales today, 92,264 COVID cases. The big jump is because up until 2 days ago, they did not require people to lodge or register positive rapid antigen test. But now they have 92,000. Yeah. 4 hours ago. 78,000 of those are rapid antigen test. Whoa. Hi, Kathy W. How are you? So 78,000, so that's 14,000 PCR. 8,000 new cases in Hennepin County in Minnesota. Is that where you are, Ewot? Yeah, people are starting to panic a bit, and the supply chain issues and all that. So I'm going to do a online shop, and we had to go out yesterday, so we went to one of the shops yesterday. 1,100 cases in Tasmania. Yeah. So, you're in St. Paul. Will everyone get COVID? No, not everyone will get COVID. Some people are just lucky and have a natural immunity to it, but, you know, or have been able to keep out of the way of it. There's some talk of, you know, Omicron or something becoming endemic, which is, it'll be like the flu. Don't know if that'll ever happen, but will COVID or, you know, Delta or O become endemic, or there's still pandemic at the stage. Endemic is when it's always in the community, just like the flu is a seasonal thing. I don't think they'll jail him. But, Well, if Omicron's doing more damage than a lockdown, just do a lockdown for heaven's sakes. Okay, so news. World news. So I think we'll get stuck into it. Might start off with hubby's prediction that there's going to be a recession here in Australia associated with Omicron. Hi, crazy cat lady Farley. And I'm fine, thank you. I took a little bit of a break. There was just, it's stuff happening that I needed to concentrate on. And so it was, yeah. So it was nice to have a bit of a veg rest too. Oh, thank you, Ewat. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hi, 171 sign in. Oh, look, if they deport him, they can ban him for up to 3 years. And the Serbian PM is like, the laws equally apply to all, and he's not going to make a fuss. So is Australia going to experience a recession this year? 4 of Wands. Homes and households. That's a yes card. Homes and households are going to be affected. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of juggling of resources with the 2 of Pentacles. This is a maybe card, but it's about struggling to, the rob Peter to pay Paul type thing. And yeah. Oh, thank you. Now we've got, okay, yes, we've got the sun here, but it's like, that of course is a big yes. We are going to experience a recession, but there is some good news about in that there's a silver lining with this recession, possibly that it is not going to be as severe as past ones maybe have. 3 of Swords, yeah. Now it takes 3 continuous quarters of negative growth in order for a recession to be declared. So yeah, I do think that is going to happen. You have the 3 swords, the 3 quarters, but I think that sun might mean it's, yeah. So here's a bit of a change. There's going to be some changes happening. Hi, Marie Sutton. I'm looking at looking at hubby's prediction of is Australia going to go into a COVID-related recession? And yes, but here it is that we've got a lot of resources here in the country, and we've got the sun here, which indicates that yes, there might be that it. And we've got some economic changes happening as well, possibly some policy changes. I'll have a look at that. But yeah, it's certainly a very big possibility, and it's strength and it could be quite strong, but I don't think it's going to be long lasting, in that we'll feel it at the time. Eight of Pentacles, but hard work, good work, and back to stability. So yeah, we might feel quite a strong dip in the economy for a short amount of time. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to feel the financial bite of this. Hi, Laurie Kettle. Hi, Sharon Stanley. Did I say hi, Marie Sutton? So yeah, definitely. I think there are going to be, and at least one of the quarters of negative growth is going to be quite strong. Okay, $9 for 3 chicken thighs. That's a lot of money. Jeez. I picked up a couple of chooks yesterday when we were out. They were a good price. So, yeah, so there are going to be some tips. There are going to be some changes in Australia. But we are very resources strong. I do not think it's going to be a long-term thing. I think it might come out of it within another quarter. So by the end of the 4th quarter, maybe that will be out of it. So, but at least one of those periods of negative growth is going to be very negative, quite strong negative growth. But everything indicates that the outcome here is it's going to be okay. We will come back from it relatively quickly. So it's not going to be years of recession for us here in Australia. 1 or 2 quarters maybe, but after that we'll start building that back up. And I think it could be 2 quarters where we've got this juggling of things. So possibly 2 quarters before we start working our way out of it and heading towards positive growth again. So I'll tell hubby that when he's finished. And will COVID or a form of COVID become endemic? I'll have a look at that. Oh, I'm tired. My scar's hurting. No, let's see some improvement in my skin. When I get too stressed and stuff, my face starts falling off. I have psoriasis, and yeah, you'll see a lot of flakiness on my face and stuff. But yeah, it could be. Hey, baby, you finished? Hi, Bonnie Russell. Go vegetarian. You reckon you'll have to go vegetarian? Well, there's a lot of good vegetarian recipes out there. And I forgot to share my saviati recipe. Oh, that's a different one. Will definitely bulk up your garden. Keeps getting bigger. Yeah. Okay. So we've had endemic. Will COVID become endemic? Hi, Bonnie Russell. Queen of Cups. Now, Queen of Cups to me is all about treatment medicine. So there's definitely, going to be something that's going to need treatment. Queen of Wands, that again is a yes. the Empress. Yeah, eventually it is going to become endemic. This is the three of the most nurturing female cards. Queen of Cups for me is medicine. The Queen of Wands is a nurturer and a protector. And the Empress, of course, is a nurturer. So I do feel that eventually it is going to be endemic. Will it be in the milder form? And I do feel it will be a milder form, but I do feel we're maybe one or two variants away from that. Yeah, there's going to be a change before that happens. There's going to be a change before that happens. So the most virulent forms are going to be stamped out, and it's going to be easier to deal with, easier to, there's justification in thinking that it will end up endemic. Eight of Cups. Yeah. Three of Wands. Yeah, definitely. Ace of Cups. The Eight of Cups is sort of walking in a new direction. So being able to abandon or walk away from all the endemic lockdowns, free up people to start going in different directions, and it'll just be a new step into, a world with yet another virus that can become endemic, and it'll end up like MERS and SARS, which pops up occasionally in certain seasons, certain parts of the year, thing like that. So yeah, it's going to be, if not fully endemic, semi-endemic, which if a couple of years it'll pop up and stuff, but it will not, the form in which it does that, it's not going to be as devastating as the recent ones. Hubby's not about yet. He's yeah. Okay. I want to have a look at the UK, because Boris is just, he's another in his nail. Messiah from the Shire. Scott Morrison needs a divine miracle to win the election. Yeah, well, that's not surprising. Okay, right. My pillow, Mike Lindell says he has evidence to put 300 million people in jail for election fraud. I hate to break it to you, buddy, but only 150 million people voted. Oh, that dude is just... The US and NATO have rejected Russia's demands. Mm-hmm. Hi, Dan Orshaw. You're buffering, Kathy. Oh, you could try hitting the renewal or going out and coming back in. Poor old Ted Cruz. Well, no, not poor old Ted Cruz. one of his former aides came on and she said the most disturbing thing about that interview with Tucker Carlson is not that he tried to talk his way out of stuff. He said in the end you saw Tucker Carlson basically forcing him to say and admit that if it's GOP people, right-wing people attacking, it's okay for right-wing people to attack police officers, but not left-wing, you know. So that was interesting. Church. Mm-hmm. Former US President Donald Trump has blasted politicians from his own side for refusing to reveal a simple piece of information. Bit of an airplane movie laugh. I got called Betty last week. I like Shirley. Don't call me Shirley. We call it over here, it's called flying high. Tucker Carlson, America's next presidential. Will Tucker Carlson. He's doing his job, isn't he? Will Tucker Carlson put his hand up? High priestess. Oh, he's thinking about it. He may be planning. Oh, yes, he's gonna put his hand up. He honestly believes that he's being groomed as the next one, the next Trump. And this is about manipulation. People are feeding him lines and, yeah. It won't happen. Secrets and lies and delusions coming out. We've got strength here. Seven of Cups. There's the gaslighting, lies and delusion again. Ace of Swords. Stuff is going to come out about Tucker Carlson. It's going to basically, Three of Wands, have negative consequences. And I feel like this should be reversed, undermine. So there's manipulation behind the scenes. It's going to come out, undermine his chances, and there'll be consequences for it. So, don't look up. That's that dramedy or something about the asteroid. Senator rounds. Are more people going to start speaking up and telling their constituents you've been lied to? I think the only way they can do this now, Rounds has consistently stated that he's been pretty consistent when asked about it, but he hasn't spoken up very loud, but he's never. Will more people start speaking up? Hi, Renee. Let's see. Will more GOP people start speaking up? 5 of Cups. They're still scared to. 9 of Pentacles, but they know they have to put a stop to this. Yeah, they have to start going in a new direction. Hi, Sandra Henderson. They have to start going in a new direction. Okay. The Lovers. There's more talk and agreement and reassessment. The Hierophant, the indoctrination. They realise that it's gotten to a point where it's really dangerous. The indoctrination, they've got to put, some of them, they're starting to realise that the only way to put a stop to this is for them to speak up. The Chariot. I do think there's going to be an increased momentum in some of them speaking out. But it's not going to happen too soon. But it's going to have a bigger impact than they actually think or believe they will. Hi Sheila, how are you? Second Amendment rights should be used against Democrats. What? The woman's mad. Definitely, yeah, they're starting to realise that not just speak out publicly, but speak out in their own constituents. Go and talk to their constituents. I think that's what they have to do. They have to get out there and talk to their constituents on the ground. Go to those bears and say, look, I've been here, I've done this for you, I've done that for you. You've trusted me to do this, trust me with this truth, that sort of thing. Yeah, change perception. Yeah, it's a little bit like bolting the stable door after, locking the stable door after the horse is bolted, but they realise they have to get out there, start talking to people, reaffirm their commitment to people, but start changing the perceptions, because they know that Trump knows that they're going to agree with him and he'll move against them quietly in the background. So 3 of Pentacles, talking to donors. 2 of Cups. Yeah, again, talking, communicating with the Lovers and the 2 of Cups. It's a lot about communicating. Okay. Yeah. Not all GOP, what? No. There's some who have kept very quiet about it. What they need to do is start speaking out at that grassroots level, back in their electorates, and, you know, and if more of them do that, because it's going to get to the point where it is going to backfire on them. People are going to say, well, I can't trust the election, so I'm not going to vote. And that'll backfire on them if the Republicans don't trust their elections, don't trust the elections, they won't vote. Oh, that's good. Geek, how are you? Whitby's having a bit of a conniption fit there. I'm just gonna just get up and stretch my legs for 30 seconds. Okay, you know, I do that. And I'll be back in 30 seconds. Hey. Okay. Write the file. I just got to write something down. Okay. I love you all. You're so patient with me. Having to pop up and just do something else for a minute. But yeah. Yeah. So now, Trump's rally on the 15th of January. Hi, Kenya Jones. How are you? Marie Henson. Hi. Thank you. And you know, my theme is embrace chaos. So we'll have a quick look at Trump's rally on the 15th. Is it going to be a fizzer? Where is it? I think it's in Arizona, isn't it? And I work all day. Have you? Geek Hilly. Just remember the rest of that song. Arizona, yep. In Florence, Arizona. Hi, Spirit Beyond the Stars. Yeah, that's interesting. Will Sergeant at Arms be used? There's I think they're very cautious about using those things. Well, they use the Sergeant at Arms to go and get people. I think they have to subpoena them first. They can't just go and send him off to drag somebody in if they've requested information. So I'm going to say no on that. They're not going to use him anytime soon. Not unless they've subpoenaed these people. Yeah. So I'll say no on that. Uncover the news. I think, having that power is something you want to wield carefully, especially in this extreme partisan environment. It could end up being a tit for tat thing, and you don't want that. So, okay, Trump's rally on 15th of January in Florence, Arizona. Started the highest truth and compassion. Let's give some insight into that. Will this rally be a fizzer? 10 of Cups, Republicans. Oh, Queen of Swords. That's yeah. And the Empress. I said, will it be a fizzer? Now there's a maybe and two yeses here. Why the Empress? People are. The money up front, yeah. So there's Queen of Swords, Six of Cups, something coming back to bite. Strategy, it's a wrong strategy, honestly. It's the wrong strategy. Judgment. People are waking up to him, and in the reverse, the Empress is manipulation, lies, smothering, doing anything they can, heaping on the maternal guilt, people are waking up. I asked if it was going to be a fizzer, and it's a pretty clear yes that it is. People are starting to wake up, And also, he admitted to getting a booster, and that a lot of people have not forgiven him for that. So that's just, well, he lied. He lied to us. But the thing is, if they feel like he lied to them about COVID, he said it was nothing to worry about, but now he's getting boosters. What else has he lied to us about? So it's, yeah, and they're starting to ask some sharp questions. And they're wanting some answers. Admitting to getting the booster, and then now he's going after Republican governors who won't admit their vaccine status. It's like such a complete turnaround. Defeat. The High Priestess. It was a stupid and shallow. They're starting to think, is he as wise? And well, it was a really stupid strategy. And they're starting to wake up and think, well, if he lies about COVID, what else has he lied about? Biden stealing the election? Is this the haunted house? No, it isn't. It's my favourite. It's one of my favourites. It's the Steampunk Tarot by Barbara Moore. So I'm not saying nobody will go, but it's not going to be the number of. And it's like with the Bill O'Reilly tour. People are starting to wake up and make judgments for themselves. What else has he lied about? And if their own senators are going to come out and say, look, no, it was a fair election, or if Republican senators in other states are coming out and saying, yeah, it was a fair election, you know, and they're starting to question, is he going to announce a run for presidency or not? That doesn't mean they're all going to turn Democrats or whatever, but he's created, what's the saying, you all create your own Frankenstein. And he created a Frankenstein with this movement, and now it's out of control. It's latching onto other people for instruction and indoctrination. Because they're starting to get mixed messages from Trump. No, COVID was a lie, but I got boosted. That's a mixed message. Oh yeah. I'm considering a run, but he's not saying he's getting it. So is the right, not his true believers, but is his right, other right, turning against him in the population? They're starting to believe that he lied about Biden not being legitimate president. Just wreck the joint, why don't you? What? Not the lack of bowl.
No, remember I stuck it down. Oh, otherwise it would have been 1,000 pieces. Sorry. Remember I blue tacked it to the whole
Yeah, I
thing?
know, and I'm grateful because we can't afford to.
Accidentally just hit it with my knee as I was passing.
Yeah, I know.
Never mind.
I knew what it was.
Thanks for asking how I am.
It's a knee, you'll recover.
Still want that coffee? Oh. Oh, silly me. Well, how long have you been broadcasting?
53 minutes.
Hello, everybody out there.
Yeah.
How many have you got on?
37?
Right.
Oh, quick. James wants more people watching. Get all your friends to join.
People will watch it when it's convenient.
I actually read on your prediction to me the other day that Australia is going to go into a recession, a COVID-driven recession. I had a read on that.
Oh, okay.
You're right, at least according to the cards. But it's going to be like only a couple of months. Like it'll be hit the recession, the 3/4, and one of the 3/4 is going to be quite a strong negative. And then it's going to, after a couple of months after it officially hits recession, it's going to start coming out.
The economy is
so short.
The economy is taking a hit, but we don't know how good it is at bouncing back. Depends how hard it's hit, I guess.
Yeah.
And for how long.
Yeah, the Arizona, yeah. And I'm going to be looking at that. Somebody asked me about those things.
The supermarkets are cleared of
yes.
It's panic buying.
I know. We saw that yesterday, babe.
We saw it, but it's much worse. I saw on. I did a search for the numbers.
The rat test, New South Wales.
Who?
92,500 and something.
Hey, that's just rats.
No, 78,000 of them were rat tests.
So the total is 90.
2,520 something.
And that's an underestimate according to the chief medical officer because of underreporting.
Yep.
Not the rat underreporting, but just generally underreporting.
78,000 of them were rat tests.
Yeah. But she's saying even counting all the rat tests and all the PCRs, there's underreporting because people aren't coming forward.
Kevin McCarthy says he will not cooperate with the 1-6 committee. They're trying to delay things. So will they subpoena McCarthy? Yes. And if he's got government issued phone, he can be ordered to hand it over. 3 of Pentacles, yes, they will. King of Swords, they will subpoena him. Yeah. What about the others? Yeah, the others are walking a tightrope as well. I do feel like Two of Swords, Page of Cups, that the others like Jim Jordan and Rick Scott, whoever else is there, they're going to be subpoenaed as well because they're not cooperating. They've been asked nicely. Now, will the people who signed up to 7 states now had sent in that forged paperwork, eh? Will those people who signed those forged papers, forged documents, and sent them into the National Archives to say that they are the duly elected people they are the right and proper electors for that state when they weren't, will they be charged? I said, not the ones from the state that put in this is contingent upon, because they put in that say their butt. There's going to be there's definitely momentum towards charging these people with an election crime. But they're going to step cautiously. And they're going to take their time. Because I'll tell you what, we've got the Hermit, and these are both major arcana, so they're big impact cards. And the Star card, yes, they're going to be charging them. Yeah, the 2 big yeses and maybe. The Star card, they're heading in that direction. Yeah, it is a major no, what they did. That one where they put in that caveat, that's there might be some dodginess around that, but they don't think they'll get away with. That was should the election results be overturned. So that was like no, they're not going to be able to get away with it. Here's the 7 of Swords, not being able to get away with such an action. Yes, definitely movement towards this, because this is an attempt to overthrow a victory, and it just shows. I think a lot of people are waking up to the fact that any electoral fraud, and this is electoral fraud, was being done by the Republicans. So, yeah, there's definitely a lot of support for it. King of Pentacles. Yep. More momentum. And it's going to come out. They're going to be handled pretty quickly, I think. Definitely. Nine of Pentacles, yeah. Look, they are. They're going to be handled with, and National Archives are going through all of that. Wouldn't be surprised if every state that Trump lost, there'll be paperwork like that. And it's just, it cannot be let stand. It has to be addressed.
This is a standard coffee. But it's super hot.
You've got cream in it, babe.
Did you see Fauci? Is that how you pronounce it?
Hey?
Dr. Fauci?
Fauci, yeah, what about it?
There was some Republican senator accused him in some.
Oh, yeah, Fauci called him a moron.
Well,
He got caught on a hallway calling him a moron.
in the hallway.
On a hot mic.
Hot mic.
That means the mic is still live.
But because in the actual chambers with everyone there, it was 8 minutes. I wanted to hear it all because you know how things can get cut. He was quietly spoken. That must have been off mic because he didn't say you were more, but he was shaking with rage.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, he was shaking with rage. You can see it.
Yeah.
Apparently, some guy was pulled up and he had a AR-15 assault rifle with magazines. And when questioned by the police, what's he doing? He said he was driving to Washington to kill Dr. Fauci.
Yeah.
And there's been death threats on his family.
Oh yeah, they're all under protection, babe. They'll be fine.
Good. No, he was shaking with rage. So.
Well, I can't blame him.
I've never seen that.
Hi, Letitia Lozano. And yeah, Rand Paul. Yeah. Do I see a freeze in Texas next month like last year? I hope not. But having gone through last year, I think you should all. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Kevin. How are you? I got to say hello to you and meet you the other week, didn't I? How are you? Let's see. Oh, Michelle Mabel, she's sending you hearts again. Stop trying to steal my hubby. He's taken. Yeah. Okay, so Texas. We'll do a quick look at Texas. Will Texas have another? Because it was February, wasn't it? Four of Cups. The Hangman, but it's upside down. The Wheel of Fortune, a change. Knight of Swords, very swift, sharp thing. Ten of Cups. Look, yeah, there's every possibility that you're going to have that change into very cold coming up again, and turn everything upside down again. Learn, take the lessons you learnt last winter, and I think a lot of people would have gotten in what they need and updated equipment for themselves and stuff. It's certainly going to be colder. Whether it's the freeze of last year, I don't know. But there is going to be quite a chaotic time with some cold weather there. Sharp, going quickly with the Knight of Swords. 7 Pentacles, assessment. Definitely, look, I do think it's going to be more as colder than it was previous, than normal. Whether it will get to that disastrous freeze of last year. Where'd be? Could you beat him, baby? Disastrous freeze of last year. There is a chance of that. But there's also a lot of stuff happening in the Gulf with warmer weather and all that. So there is a chance of that. It's definitely going to be quite a confusing time. So just make sure you're prepped, that you've got stuff ready. I definitely see a change in the weather, and yes, there is going to be some cold. Whether it gets quite to the state it did last year, a little bit fuzzy on that, but be prepared for it to get that bad. At least if it doesn't, you're prepared. But it is, things being upside down and all of the efforts, things being turned upside down again. And the people and the losses from the people last year, it's just like wasted because they haven't done anything. So, yeah, there's definitely a chance that there is going to be a period of very cold, and just prepare yourselves for it. Hi, Sharon Sype. Letitia Lozano, did I say hello? Yep. If Trump is indicted, will he turn himself in? No, he won't. He'll refuse to turn himself in. Will Trump refuse to turn himself in if he's indicted? Yeah, he will. He'll refuse to turn himself in. We've got the world here. He might even try to skip the country. This is movement away. So, because he knows that if he turns himself, that's the end. That's the end. He's walking a very, very dangerous tightrope here. Will he try to flee? 6 of Swords. Yeah, he is going to get indicted. He cannot avoid the consequences. And if he does try to flee, will they? Long dark night of the soul. I think they might. I've seen for a long time that he is going to try and flee, and for a long time I saw him not succeeding. If he's indicted and he tries to flee, that's the end of everything for him, because people are going to go, if you did nothing wrong, will Trump's Secret Service keep him from being arrested?
Randy Andy, bro. Sounds interesting.
Hubby wants me to read on Prince Andrew.
No,
Will I read on Prince Andrew?
I'm not really interested by that look on your face.
No, I'm not interested. But, but that doesn't mean everyone else isn't interested.
Oh, just walk away.
Group, talking to people. He's definitely got plans, but loss. Oh, he's going to try and flee, and it's going to end up really badly for him. he does try and flee. Okay, loss, sorrow. It's definitely an entry political career. I'll tell you what. Oh, lots of chaos. It's going to be a big woohoo.
I don't condone in any way that period of corruption. That was,
Well, I don't see anything wrong with politicians having shares and things as long as they declare the conflict of interest and do not be in on votes pertaining to that particular area. Or as long as they disclose them and they can abstain or recuse.
all right, Bob, I love and leave you. Huh?
So that's it then. You're just loving me and leaving me. You're casting me aside.
There you go. That was his nickname.
That's it. That's I know. You and Michelle Mabel, you've colluded, haven't you?
I don't attach that nickname to what he was up to. That was his nickname when he was like 20.
I know. It's always been his nickname. So
I'm getting out of here. I'm putting myself in trouble.
oh.
You're both these. You're on as well.
No. You can turn this both lights off. I don't think there's a need to have them on.
Sure, that one's a bit dark. That's a bit dark, isn't it? No, it is.
Yeah, I have the light on.
All right, I'll leave it to it.
Oh, yeah. Now, somebody asked, will Trumpy's Secret Service guys step in to prevent him from being arrested? Look, I think that if that happens, there's going to be more Secret Service people come in. Will they try to stop him, prevent him from being taken? If he's Whitby! Well, yeah, their job is to protect him. The momentum is. They have to think of their careers. If they try, they can be. Look, if he's indicted and they go to arrest him, they might try and delay things so he can get out, but they, 6 quid pro quo disruption, momentum. They would get charged with obstruction. Fighting a lost cause. I think they'd be told to. I think they'd have senior people come and they'd be told to stand down. And if they don't, yeah, there might be some of them. Okay. Now, somebody asked something else further up here. Asked a question further up here. Yeah, it's an arrest. Yeah. I think eventually that they might put limits on shares that they're allowed to hold. There might be some changes, but will there be some changes to shares? Because, you know, a lot of these people, they were businessmen before they entered into politics, and they had shares and they've got part of family portfolios and things like that. Yeah, I asked, will there be some changes? Yes, there will be some changes. I've got the magician. That's a yes, there will be some changes. But there has to be some ability for people to, you know, there has to be some assessment looking at the details. So there's going to be a change in strategy. There will be talks. There will be, yeah, restrictions. We've got here restrictions. Restrictions on what, how much they can have. And in any one company and any group of companies. Like if all their shares are just in pharmaceuticals, yeah, they have to have restrictions and perhaps a demand for some diversity of a portfolio. That's in the future. Is Trump going to freeze? Is New York going to freeze Trump's assets? Will Trumpers do something stupid when Trump is arrested? Yes, basically, yes, they'll try. He's being indicted. He won't get indicted, but he might try and. Yeah, they'll try. Okay, now, will New York freeze Trump's assets there? If he's found to have, the US will freeze all his assets. Will all of Trump's assets eventually be frozen? Hi, Deborah Costro. All of Trump's assets be frozen eventually. King of Pentacles, that's a big yes. Yeah, boundary set. Actually, there might be moves underway to start doing that. Momentum. We've got standing in defense, boundaries. They'll be standing ready to defend that. Yes, with the Six of Pentacles. Quid pro quo. It's also a card of ordering. Oh, yes, lots of chaos. Yes. I'm just saying all of them. There's moves starting to be made to do that. Seize assets. Lies, gaslighting. Freezing at the moment. Yes. There'll be vindication for doing so. And yes, movement towards forced abandonment. Yeah, I think they have. Have the banks already been ordered to deny organ family assets? Yes. Trump was served with Michael Cohen's lawsuit. Oh, that's the one I was at today. Yeah. What is Michael Cohen's lawsuit about? Is that the same one that Barr's tied up in? Boris Johnson, is he going to have to resign? Michael Cohen bought that because he was let out of jail and then they threw him back in jail. No. Boris Johnson is facing defeat. More pressure. So no, but yes and yes. With the Queen of... No, with the Five of Swords. I asked, will Boris Johnson have to resign? Yes, with the Queen of Wands. Yes, with the economy card. So that Five of Cards, that's all about defeat as well, that Five of Swords. Yeah, they're going to make him an offer. Yeah, he's definitely feeling some anxiety about this. With the 9. There's just too much dissatisfaction with his leadership, and they know that. Look at this, there's a change on the bottom of the deck here. Change. This is Boris Johnson I'm talking about. Yeah, disruption offer. Again, news. But disruption, there's some disruption coming up. A new journey for the government. Yeah, disappointment for Boris, definitely. Yeah, I think he might end up being forced to resign. I go, actually, Teresa, wasn't that bad. You reckon there's financial reason coming? Well, that could be the Page of Pentacles that I had there. News about finances. Hi, Michelle Peterson. Now, another question. 14th Amendment. There's been some whispers. 14th Amendment. Yes. There might be a move to invoke the 14th Amendment, vote on the 14th Amendment to say that Trump cannot run for office again. Will that happen? So, just cleansing. I use flames to cleanse my cards. This is Orange getting ready to leave. The boy will be 18 soon. My DIVORC becomes final today. He couldn't stand the way I sang with his not awful twang. Sorry, guys. Oh dear, if I have stepped on the toes and upset those who worship Tammy Wynette. I love Tammy Wynette. I think she was a wonderful person and a great talent, but I just always look bad. And I really love that song. She did Justified and Nathan with KLF. I got her mixed up with Dolly Parton, apparently, but it worked out really well anyway. Hi, Laurie Kettle. 14th Amendment. Oh, they're thinking about it, but it's something to be used with caution. Okay, so it's definitely it's in the mix. It's in the, you know, it is something that they're always cautious about using because of the possibility of abuse, of kickback abuse, when next somebody, the opposite side, is in power. I don't think it would succeed if they did that. If they made a move to do that, I don't think it would succeed with the Five of Swords. Tower. Yeah, they're right to approach that with caution, because if they did it, it could be it would be a struggle to get it through. However, if he fled the country, that might be a different thing. Yeah, it is something that there would be consequences if they used it. I don't think it would get through, and it would take, if for it to go through, it would take something cataclysmic with regard to Trump, and then yeah, and it would, yeah. No, it's something that they would really, really want to be very careful about using. It would take something cataclysmic like Trump being charged with treason or something like that, or him fleeing the country. To escape indictment. Then there would be deemed no choice but to. It's something that they're very cautious about using. There is rumble about it, but yes, but he's leading people on thinking that he is, and he's doing that to get money. Well, Don Jr. and Kimberly Guilfoyle will be subpoenaed. Nine of Pentacles, possibly, yes. But then, yeah, behind the scenes, got to know here with the moon, stuff behind the scenes. I think that they just might feel that that's just a waste of effort to subpoena them. Deal. Page surprising. But then the sun overriding the moon. Yeah, they could. Yeah, there's a possibility that they will. There's Congress with the Queen of Wands. And surprising emotional news. Details. They want to know, yeah, the truth. Yeah, they will. They will. I do think they will be subpoenaed. I got Guilfoyle. using her connections for something. So, yeah. Yeah, I think Junior's definitely going to end up behind Kushner. Possibly, yeah. Kushner's definitely got some things to face up to as well. Are who correct about Omicron infecting 50% of Europe in the next 6 to 8 weeks? Magician, Queen of Cups, dispenser of medicine, feeling of abandonment, people just having to stop and walk away, abandon, be at home. Like it's going to feel like cities were abandoned. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, definitely. And Eastern Europe is definitely going to be hit very hard. It's going to be catastrophic in Eastern Europe. They have very, very low rates of vaccination. Some parts of Europe, they're going to start emerging, but yeah. The King of Swords, the need for wise, clear-headed judgment and logical judgment. Yeah, I do feel like that they're right. New energy and is going to have to go into dealing with it. It's going to be very, very strong strategies. They've got to very quickly get strategies in place because it is going to be very strong, yes. Now, North Korea did a second missile test in 2 weeks. This one was quite close to the Chinese border. They did it a day after the UN Secretary General condemned the previous test, and South Korea have had information that this new missile has a lot more speed. Hi, Joey Luna. Hello, welcome. This is your first time here. It's lovely to see you. And thank you for joining us. This North Korea, yeah, I'm doing that now. So let's see. Is there cause to be concerned? China's taking a very cautious step. We'll have to find out more about this. North Korea. Ten of Pentacles. This is definitely a 10 of Cups. These are two cards that are definitely completing one cycle and heading into another cycle. Wealth, financial wealth. Is this to be of concern? I do think it is. Yeah, I do feel that it is going to be answered with sanctions and pauses, and this is very much about completion here. Just checking my notes. I'm not able to remember heaps and heaps of things the way I used to. It is a new, they're stepping up into a new strategy. Six, vindication. Group work, working with others. It's definitely, I think they're trying to say to China, we have this. We want more from you than you've been giving us. So this is just a little bit of a show of what we can do. So they're doing it to step up pressure too on China to get more support. And to show this is what we can do, to vindicate them as them, show clearly that they are a power. It's a move to vindicate themselves. We've got the Three of Pentacles. That autonomy card, they really want to be an autonomous, clearly autonomous. They are an autonomous nation, of course, but they want to step that up. And they want to use that position to harass countries around them. So it is part of a longer term strategy. It's the start, the end of one strategy and the start of another longer term strategy. Yeah, feeling insecurity. There's definitely going to be a step up of feeling of insecurity in that region, some destabilization. See, we're showing you everything we got, but they're not. So it's definitely just giving them a glimpse of what they can do. So it's definitely a step up into a new cycle of intimidation, tension. And trying, I get the feeling that they're trying to force China's hand in some way. Good luck with that. Oh, hi, Sharon. How are you, my dear? Hi, Linda B. So that's definitely going to be a step up in tensions there. Is Putin starting to feel pressure from NATO, the EU, G7, all that? It's not getting support from them. Is he starting to feel pressure? Because their thing of hybrid attacks and mix of encouraging unrest and cyber attacks things is. Yes, he is. He is. He, in his efforts to step himself up and really cement his place in the world, he's starting to feel quite a bit of pressure there. So, yeah, sorry about that. So he's definitely starting to feel pressure from other areas. So this is him. This is like the US, G7, NATO, the EU, Belarus. I'm going to have a look at Belarus, and if that is going to be an issue in the future. There's definitely a major event coming up with Putin. I feel like he's definitely going to be trying to do something to destabilize. Hi, Dozen Cats for me. How are you, my darling? Yeah, he definitely getting pressure. There's something coming up that's going to be pretty destabilizing. And, you know, I was talking at the same time that I'd read about Belarus. I think there's definitely a tie-in with Belarus here. Is there a tie-in with Belarus? With that, we've got the panacea for oil. It's like he's going to have to be trying to smooth things over and tamp things down, and things are going to grind to a halt because this strategy and the bigger picture, he's missed something. Oh, thank you. Five of Cups, 2 cards flew out. This tower, something to do with an abandonment. 5 of Cups and abandonment. Then no, but there's definitely, so not Belarus, but there's definitely going to lead to loss and an abandonment of an objective. I think that this could be, you know, he's amassing people on the Ukrainian border again. Yeah, so I'll do a separate reading on Belarus because that's an area where there's a bit of trouble. Tightrope, definitely talking a crossroads time for him, walking across a tightrope. Yeah, he's definitely feeling that pressure. Open up to, there's a real spotlight on him, and he's definitely feeling that. He definitely missed something. Like this is in the reverse, it's surface conceit. There's not any depth there anymore. He is losing support internally as well. Is he losing support internally within his own government and stuff? Yes, he is. He's losing support within his own government. So, yeah, Putin's under a lot of pressure. I do think that 2022 is going to be a tough year for him. Universal Tarot, yeah, it is good, yeah. I use a lot of different decks, Joey. They're pretty well all Rider-Waite based, or in the Rider-Waite structure. There's a couple that aren't, that yeah, it's interesting. Belarus. Yeah, Belarus. If Belarus, if there's going to be destabilization around Belarus, they already had that stunt they pulled off last year, forcing a plane to land so they could get a dissident off and throw him into jail. Golden Universal is your favourite. Yeah, I have that deck. Yeah. So here, Belarus going to be a destabilization? Yeah, they're definitely feeling on the outer. So they're definitely going to be feeling sanctions. They've already copped sanctions and all that for that stunt last year. What's here? They're struggling. They're struggling. And Belarus, if you don't know, there was a very free and fair election. And then the guy did a Trump and he succeeded. Oh, no, I don't accept that. I'm taking office anyway. And he just took office. So, Belarus. The challenge with Belarus is that the momentum is, he's really building up momentum. He's building up to something, to let leash on something. And he's very unpredictable. He could go off at any time. Bolsonaro, I think his name is. Ten of Pentacles. There's definitely a change coming. At the end of one side, there's definitely a change coming here. And the countries around it have to be prepared to deal with it. Definitely get prepared to deal with a change in the status quo, because he's going to do something to do that. Have I done Austria? Well, no, I did Europe in general. At the base of this is the hope card. People are asking for help in Belarus, and they're hoping that neighbouring countries and NATO and all that are going to be able to help them out. But he doesn't want that. He wants to squash any hope they have. He is a right wing. The outcomes here, Knight of Wands, my way or the highway. He's definitely going to be doing something to show that. That's all right, dozen cats for me. Thank you for joining us. Oh, definitely a lot of heartbreak coming up in and around Belarus. Definitely going to be doing something. Yeah, Belarus is going to step into a new thing. And trust me, they're not going to, there's a new journey happening for Belarus, and I don't feel it's going to be a good one. Honestly, this guy even frightens Putin. It's that bad. Turn that frown upside down. He was cleaning his glasses, so he's going to actually drag on. Hi, Joey Luna, you'll often hear my husband's voice. He's around. And he makes me coffee. And the motto for my channel is embrace chaos, because you never know what's going to happen. thank you for that lovely comment. Dozen cats for me. Yeah. Now, I can do a quick reading on Austria because he's a bit of a oink too there, isn't he? Austria. What's happening with Austria? So, Whitby! He's like being a bit of an oink, isn't he? Putting in all sorts of strange restrictions and stuff. Austria. What's the next few months like for Austria? Whoa, behind the scenes, lots of behind the scenes machinations, definitely lies, deception, and things coming to light that the leader definitely doesn't want coming to light. The challenge for Austria is, yeah, are going to be consequences for some of the actions that their leader has taken. And that means Austria is going to have to deal with those consequences. The advice, I don't know what these actions are. I'm just doing this one, is if you're in Austria, if you live in Austria and you've got assets, and secure your assets, make yourself comfortable. Make sure you have the resources to get yourself through a tough time. It's going to be a bit of a tough time, I think, for Austria. At the base of this, corruption and mercenary. The corrupt mercenary. This is the Knight of Pentacles, sorry. Now, one of the reverse meanings, and I don't have reverse, I'm feeling a corruption. There's definitely quite a bit of corruption, and there's definitely a mercenary feel within the government in Austria at the moment. And that's at the base of this. What's the outcome for Austria in the next few months? Juggling, manifestation, manipulation. We'll have a look and see what manifestation, temperance, rebalancing, things coming back into balance. So there might be things happen, momentum happening to do that. So things coming back into balance. There's going to be quite a bit of momentum there behind that, quite a bit of energy and victory. Is there an election coming up? Is there going to be a call for election? Leadership juggle? I do feel there might be leadership juggling. Things being brought back into balance and momentum. Does that mean, is there going to be a change of leadership? Yes, a very big change of leadership. I don't know if there's an election coming up, but there's definitely going to be a change of leadership. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana here. So the next few months are going to play a big role. And there's going to be some major changes and happening in Austria. Will Austria step back towards a more democratic? Some confusion, but the world, okay, there's going to be a period of confusion. I asked, will Austria take a step towards a more democratic thing? I'm seeing taking a surer place in the world, and it's a change with the the ending of one cycle and the beginning of another. So a change in its place in the world at the moment, and that's good. Page of Wands, definitely people speaking out, talking, an Emperor, and this is new stability in leadership, I think. So in the next few months, 2022 for Austria is going to be a pretty interesting year, but there's definitely going to be some consequences of past behaviour. Will there be some unrest? I think so. Yeah. You're going to stay, lock up the pollen tablets. Will there be some unrest? Yes, there will. Or will there be a better outcome for it? Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, lots and lots of work. There's a lot of work ahead for people to get there, but they will get there. Yeah, there's definitely going to be some unrest, especially as details emerge. But in the end, Austria is going to come out in a better place. But yeah, expect some as details. I said, will there be some unrest? Yes. Details going to emerge, and there's the unrest. Okay, guys, it's coming up to 2 hours, so I'm going to wrap it up. I'm thinking of doing a spooky special, like a not quite Friday the 13th special tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, which is Thursday night your time. So I might do that, and we'll maybe have a look at a couple of spooky stuff. So we'll look at some mystery stuff. So keep a lookout for that. So that I'm going to schedule that after I finish here. So yeah. Yeah, I'm not quite the Friday the 13th spooky special. How's that? It's Friday the 14th. So I'll be back tomorrow morning to do a little bit of a spooky special for you guys. Might make it, yeah, so we can all have a bit of fun with something a little bit away from politics and stuff like that. So if you've got some questions, have a look in a few minutes. Hi, Laurie Kettle, and you can put your questions in the comments section. I'm going to do a post there on the community page in a couple of minutes. Okay, so night everyone, and thank you very much. Bye bye. Stay safe, stay strong, stay loving, and stay healthy.